Hello everyone and welcome to my review of The Walking Dead Onslaught. Before we get into the review, I am not going to be comparing this game to Saints and Sinners because I didn't play that game that much. Now as always, let's read the description of the game. There is no rest when survival is on the line. Step into AMC's The Walking Dead and prepare for an onslaught of walkers as you assume the roles of your favorite characters from the show and confront the horrors and humanity of this apocalyptic new world. Alright, now let's walk right into the gameplay, starting with missions and level types. So there are two types of missions, story and scavenger missions. Story missions are where you'll play as Daryl and experience the story, and scavenger missions is where you'll either run from building to building collecting supplies while outrunning the horde, or you have to try to survive in a location for a certain amount of time while collecting supplies. Unfortunately, this is where the problems start. The scavenger missions are necessary to continue the story, and you have to play them over and over and over and over and over again in order to unlock the next chapter in the story, which is stupid since they are some of the most boring missions I have ever played in a game. Also, the horde of zombies that is in the scavenger missions is just a wall of smoke with 2D shadows of zombies in the wall of red smoke.
We'll be there to pick you up soon. Grab anything nearby.
Shoot us a wink, Grimly Dunk, and I will call your pickup 8AQ ASAP.
And when you are on missions, you're always collecting supplies, whether you're playing story missions or scavenger missions, and you can use the supplies to upgrade your weapons and build up Alexandria, which will give you stat boost, like you'll find like 7% more ammo, or you'll get like 20% more health. Also, I'm not really sure where to put this, what category this belongs in, so I'm just going to toss it here. The pickup mechanics is also stupid, okay? It asks you at the beginning of the game, what hand is your dominant hand, your right hand or your left hand, and if you choose left hand or you choose right hand, I'm right-handed, so I chose right hand. If you choose right hand, you're going to be picking up everything with your left hand, and all your weapons are going to be in your right hand. You can't switch at any time, that's just not possible, but if you pick up a weapon like a knife or a gun or something with your left hand, it automatically teleports to your right hand. Does that make any sense? No, it doesn't. Alright, now let's get into the melee weapons. First off, they're overpowered, but weapons like the hammer, Lucille, wrench, they never feel any good to use, mostly because the impact when hitting a zombie feels terrible. Like, I'll have Lucille and I'll just hit a zombie and it doesn't feel good. It doesn't even feel like I'm holding a bat. It feels like I'm just holding just a thing. I don't even know. And like a wrench and a hammer, they don't, you know, you feel like when you take them and you hit them in the head, their head should, like, you should hear a cracking sound or something. It should be like very just like you're just hitting them with a super hard piece of metal, you know? And they just don't feel like that. They feel like they barely have any impact. And I feel like part of the problem with the melee weapons in this game is that even the guns sometimes is that nothing has weight in this game. Okay, there is no weight. When things don't have weight, they don't feel good in VR. Anyways, weapons like the hatchet, knife, and machete, they feel alright to use. But, I mean, they still don't feel great. Nothing in this game feels great, but things do feel decent, okay? They can feel okay, but never great. The axe, the big old axe, is kind of useless. I don't know why you would ever use it. And the sword didn't even feel that good because it felt like it had to delay when I would swing the sword and then it would slice and damage. It wouldn't be like an instant thing. So I would like do really fast, like trying to slice their head off and everything, and then it'd feel like it would have a delay of the slice actually affecting the zombie. And sometimes it wouldn't even chop their head off. And sometimes if you were too close to a zombie, or you know, the sword just decided it wasn't going to work at that moment, the sword just wouldn't collide with the zombie. It would just either go through the zombie and not really deal any damage, or, you know, you'd swing it at its head or something and nothing would happen.
Head back to the other side of town. Maybe you'll find the rest.
There is a mechanic in the game where you can grab zombies by the neck, but if they have a police vest, you just can't grab them for the neck for some reason, because that makes sense. Police vest stops you from getting grabbed by the neck. Also, you'll never really ever need to use a gun because a knife or a machete can carry you through the whole game. In fact, most of the game I just use a machete because it's really good and it can go through armor with an upgrade. Also, there is no stamina system, so you can just stab and slash a whole horde of zombies without a problem. You don't think I can take these zombies? Is that what you're saying? Think again. Think again. Let's go! Come on, Logan Paul zombie. Come on. Come on, think again. Come on. And that's why they do the Shadow Horde and not the real Horde. There's a glitch in the game, or a bug, or maybe it's a feature, I don't really know with this game, where if you have a Vive controller at least, I don't know about other controllers, but if you have a Vive controller, and you hold the controller by, like, the bottom of the controller, and you're barely holding it, right? And then you just stretch your arm as long as possible, and get close to their head, you can act like Stretchy Armstrong, and just like, you know, your arms will stretch all the way to the zombies' heads and just stab them in the face and kill them. It's hilarious.
No, till we checked.
Might find something good.
The gunplay. The gunplay is pretty lame. None of the guns have any weight to them, just like the melee weapons. The guns have a simple loading system. Basically, when you run out of ammo, the mag automatically drops out of your gun, and then you put your hand near your leg, and then it gives you a mag, and then you just, you know, push the two together and then your gun's reloaded. And I kind of wanted a realistic reloading system, especially in a VR game like this. Also, the lever action guns are pretty trash. I used them like twice before never touching them again because they were just so bad. The lever action shotgun also seems like it should tear zombies apart, being a shotgun and you know, a shotgun, and it just shoots dust at them basically. It barely does anything. So I used that gun once and I was like, wow, this is pretty trash, and then I never used the lever action shotgun ever again. The assault rifle and submachine gun are okay, mainly they're for use when you have a bunch of zombies around you, but there is sort of like a bug or a glitch. When you shoot them in the legs, they look like they're dancing or having a seizure, or, you know, like a tornado is picking them up and throwing them around or something. I'm not really sure what they're doing. All guns and melee weapons can be upgraded, but when you upgrade your guns, if the upgrade is an attachment, it will change the appearance of your gun, and sometimes it will just add some like paint or something on your gun. Like I upgraded my pistol, and for whatever reason, near the barrel of the pistol, there was just like some yellow paint on it. I don't know if that meant the gun was better or what. And I almost forgot to mention that the gunplay in this game breaks not only the mechanics and how The Walking Dead should work, it breaks the lore of The Walking Dead. Zombies in The Walking Dead go down with one shot to the head. If they get hit in the head, they are done. They are dead. But not in this game. If you're playing on the higher difficulties, or even sometimes medium difficulty, it will take multiple shots to the head to kill a zombie. Especially on the higher difficulty, it might take around 5 shots with your pistol to put down one zombie. And yes, I do mean headshots. Alright, now let's talk about the story. I'm not going to spoil anything if you're going to play the game, but you probably shouldn't play it anyway. You should probably skip it. Anyways, the story is basically you play as Daryl when he went out on a supply run, and then it goes south, and then you have to try and make your way back to Alexandria. Well, Daryl has to try and make his way to Alexandria, but you play as Daryl, so you and Daryl are basically the same thing. While fighting zombies and uncovering a missing person's case on his way back to Alexandria. The story is okay, it's not really that interesting. Even the story couldn't, get me to the end of the game. I had to force myself to the end of the game, and I couldn't tell you how painful it was to force myself through this game. By the way, not to mention, if you take out all the filler in this game, and what do I mean by filler? I mean the side missions, the scavenger missions that they make you do over and over and over and over again. If you only had to do the scavenger missions once and then do all the chapters of the story, you're looking at 4 to 6 hours of gameplay. 6 hours meaning if you take the longest possible time to get through the mission, more likely it's going to be 4 to 5 hours to finish this game without, well, that's actually with fluffer. So if you took, having to do the missions over and over again, it might be 3 to 4 hours at most. And even that is just me being generous. Alright, let's move on to the graphics. The graphics of this game are bad for the most part, especially the windows. I mean, the windows look really, really, really bad. I don't think they put any effort into the windows. Honestly, the windows look like something from a game. Like, they look like windows from a PlayStation and 1 game. That's how terrible the windows look.
Fine. As long as no one got here first, we should find something.
We'll have to scare up a metric shit ton of loot. I most definitely, almost certainly think we can do that here.
Like, seriously, why in this Walking Dead VR game can you not see through windows? Why is it either like black, blue, or like this boxed in fake PNG image of a window? Are you serious? Alright, now the sound design is probably one of the best parts about this game, because I don't have really anything to complain about that much with the sound design. I don't have anything to complain about the sounds or the music. In fact, the music is kind of I think it's, from the show, The Walking Dead, or at least it sounds like something that would be in the show. The only thing that bothered me was the voice actor for Rick. It wasn't really that good. In this game, Rick sounds like a guy trying to impersonate the impersonator trying to impersonate Rick. That is what Rick sounds like. Anyways, moving on, would I recommend this game? No, I would not. If you have listened to the past of this video, you could probably guess I'm not going to recommend this game.
I won't lie. I did not like that one bit.
I don't recommend you should get it now, full price. I don't recommend you should get it on sale. I think the only way you should get this game is if it's like $5 to $10. Then maybe $5, it might be worth it, but it is still repetitive and kind of boring, and I had to force myself through the game. If they add co-op, maybe. I feel like this game needs co-op, especially since it was supposed to have co-op. And it seems like some of this game was made for co-op, like the scavenger missions. I think this game was supposed to have single player and co-op. I think the story missions were supposed to be single player, and I think the scavenger missions were supposed to be co-op, because you can choose multiple characters in scavenger missions. Some of the dialogue that Eugene has makes you think that there's multiple characters in the mission, but it is just you. And some of the mechanics in the scavenger missions just feel like it was supposed to be a Left 4 Dead style co-op kind of thing, and it just turned into a steamy pile of diarrhea. Anyways, that's all I got to say about this pile of diarrhea, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to hit that like button, leave a comment below, and if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button because you want to be subscribed, and I will see you guys next time.